everybody, it's ATC time about those comments. Remember on Simply Said I did the video, if you're hoping for a Section 8 lottery, vouchers and rent changing, we've been here before. So some of the ladies had like 7 kids, and Lord have mercy, they were all single parents. And I wanted to go over, and I must say she kept her place really nice, but she just had a lot of kids. We've been here before, and it's like a reset. So I want to kind of look at this comment here where it says, nature calling. She made this comment 3 months ago. In NYC, landlords are turning women away. If they see you have preteen or teenage sons, it's not a game out here. And I've also seen flyers that say more than 2 children don't call or apply. I wonder why. Freddie Brooks goes, you can't really blame them. Of course not. Because they're assuming, preteens, all the violence. And that's the part that our community doesn't see. It's all on the news. Every day, how do you want to put it, every day, it's on the news. It's there. It's happening. Kids running wild. So that right there, you have preteens or teenage sons. She didn't say just sons and daughters, sons. Why? That's who's pretty much committing these crimes. That's who's pretty much committing these crimes. So what they don't want to do is have them up in there running wild, playing shoot 'em up, dividing the property, and have people running out. So here's another comment that I wanted to discuss. I thought, wow, this is very interesting. The Beast, she says, who makes so one lady on here has the one that has 7 kids. She says, who makes a 9-month mistake 7 times? Yes, we need to stop rewarding bad behavior. Exactly. And of course, but Section 8 to the rescue. If not, let's be realistic. They'll be on the street. Okay? They will be on the street with those children. Mark Beckham goes, where's the father? Let his butt help out. As he sure did help out making these children. Exactly. But he's been long gone. Okay? If you want to get rid of a Dusty, let him know you need help with the bills. He has to carry his own weight, and that you were pregnant. That'll do it. That will do it. So let me go ahead and get to this another clip I wanted to look at. Shantae Nicole. Shantae Nicole made a comment here. She says, I'm a real estate agent. Section 8 has an option for you to buy a home with a voucher, and you get a down payment given to you and forgiven if you make on-time payments for a year. Now, the housing values aren't getting any lower or cheaper, so if you're not buying a home in a certain price range, it's probably not something many would find an affordable option. But my point is, even programs that are available have a way for you to turn it around. Exactly. Now, think about it. What if those individuals, you look at these people been on this Section 8 program for years and years and years, and you keep on having kids, and I'm thinking to secure your future on the program, I can't feel sorry for you, baby. Especially when there's a program, and I've seen a few videos on this, where you can buy a house. All you got to do is make on-time payments for a year. You think? So now we sit up here, we don't want the responsibility of a house. This is on you, boo-boo. Life changed for a lot of people. Some people have been paying rent, no Section 8 voucher. They can't qualify for a home like that, and they can't qualify for Section 8. Now the rent is going up. They've got a serious problem. But if you've been sitting up on a Section 8 program for years and years and years, this right here, and I know the majority of people on welfare are white people. I'm not a part of that group because I'm a minority, I'm a black woman. And I look at this, then it makes me wonder, how long have they had this program? Because it's not making any sense. If you've been on this program for 5 or 10 years and you did not exercise your option to buy a home, again, she's a real estate agent. You make payments on time for a year. They will give you a down payment What more do you need? This is where my sympathy card is maxed out again. So I'm trying to understand, how can they be on this program? Let's say only for 5 or 10 years. 5 or 10 years, you're on the Section 8 program and you didn't choose this option to buy a house. If you have the sense enough to go ahead and try to, what do they call it? Something about they're passing down like a inheritance, a voucher. Then by that time, somebody could have already had a house, had it pretty much paid for, and then pass it down to the next person. But I know it's BC and Blackistan. We don't want to hear all that. We like passing down poverty. Yes, we like passing down poverty. There's the option to buy a home with a voucher and you get a down payment forgiven. Only if you make the payments on time for a year. We're now in inflation. And I thought about it. Well, the rents are increasing for everyone. Uh, you haven't heard anything about, oh, they're going to try and increase the rent. I guess the amount of vouchers, give them an increase so they will be able to rent. I haven't heard anything about it. Have you all? No, because they're not going to. Well, the Section 8 crowd may not get, sweetie, when it's inflation like this here, again, Wall Street affects Main Street every day, all day. And when they're clamping down on money, that means they have less money for social programs, which affects Section 8. So when your rent is going up X amount of dollars, that voucher may not increase. How long you been on it? If you've been on it 5 or 10 years and you could have gotten you a home at more than likely at a fixed rate and you didn't, sorry, sweetie, I don't have any sympathy for you. I can't. This is self-inflicted. Just like somebody who came on Section 8. Let's say you come on, you got 2 kids. 10 years later, you're sitting up here with 8, 7. You did this, boo. Your life choices. So now you fast forward. If somebody been on there for 10 and 15 years and you've been renting all that time and then try to buy a home, and now that voucher is not enough to pay your rent, whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? This is your doing. And it made me think about it. I said, wow, it's like Biden. I'm gonna be honest. I did not think the percentage of black people would vote for Biden, especially with the '94 crime bill. And I definitely didn't think that black men would, because they were pretty much the targets of it. In my opinion, it's obvious they were the target of it. But he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Guess what? I guess he know them boo more than I do. I guess he know black folk more than I do. So then it makes me think, well, what are they going to say about increasing? Well, like I said, we're looking at inflation, recession. Hell, I think we're already in. They just don't want to put the label on it, cause a panic. Look what's going on. Don't take rocket science to figure out. Where is the talk about we're going to have to increase the amount for the vouchers so the people on Section A will be able to maintain their rent? Where are you? If an average working person with a job can't afford an extra $300 to $500 a month, that's just not realistic. So where's the talk about that for Section A? We know about the Ukraine and we know about the illegal immigrants. Where's the talk about Section A? More than likely, I'm thinking the powers that be probably looking at the time and about us and like, man, they've been on this program for X amount of years, 5, 7, 10, 15 years, and didn't opt to buy a home. So maybe, aside from inflation, they're not worried about it because they already know that maybe you had a choice and you decided to say, oh, no, I don't want to be a homeowner. I just want to rent. It's stuff like this here that I find very disturbing. If they would have had me a Section 8 voucher, I would have been on that thing so quick to go get that home. I cannot wrap my head around to understand why you would not do that. A home, but you rather stay in an apartment. You rather rent and never own. And now I'm hearing that there are some people who are foreigners come to this country, get on Section 8 and buying a home. Why isn't Blackistan doing it? I don't want responsibility. Couldn't that yours? Something go wrong. I got to fix it. Small minds. Well, newsflash, sometimes small minds won't survive. I'm hearing a whole lot about rent going up and folks trying to move around. Or they don't want the voucher. Well, they don't want the voucher because of behavior that's exhibited in the community. Turn on the news and you see what's going on. You think that little ghetto stuff that little with them how them boys be doing, and that's how you're gonna be doing up under that bridge with you and your voucher. So I thought about it. The powers that be, they're not worried about them, obviously. But then I thought they've had this option. Her point is, Shantae Nicole, even programs that are available have a way for you to turn it around. So you mean to tell me they could have purchased a house and passed it down to their children to create generational wealth, but instead these Negroes is laying up with the seed of poverty D, having more children, leaving a legacy of poverty and degeneracy. You got to be kidding me. If you are that slow, I don't know what to tell you. All you have to do is make a payment on for 1 year. And look how many we see being on Section 8, raising whole families on it. Start out with 2 kids, now I got 7. Could have purchased a home. You got to be kidding me. And you better not tell me it's at a fixed rate. Anyone who doesn't do it, you on Section 8, I'm sorry to tell you, you ain't too bright. Could have purchased a home, but you decide you just want to rent, laying up with Tyrone. All I can say, this here, and I've seen videos on it. I've seen a black woman buy a home in Section 8. I was very surprised. So for all of those who just want to stay up there, I just like paying my rent and hanging out. I don't want to be bothered with all that. Pay my rent and my rent and whatever happens to you, it's on you, boo. What is that saying? I believe it's a quote by Les Brown. Wherever you are today, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. Wherever you are, more than likely, yeah, and I agree with that. Maybe some actions you made an appointment to be there. Whether you sitting up with $3 in your pocket and a whole bunch of IG pictures with a whole bunch of designer clothes on and look at me and ooh wee and I'm here and I'm there. When you sitting up with a house full of children by yourself and the man is gone, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. You land up with Poverty D, Tyrone. Instead of chasing down a mortgage, you're chasing down a man. And look at the poverty in Blackistan. Let me know what you guys think. What I thought about it, I'm like, they're not even concerned about it. The American citizens, they're more aware of this program than I am. And they're probably thinking, well, they have the chance to buy a home and they didn't. They're just on renting. They're not worried. So stop and think. This is very frightening. What is coming? We're gonna have. We already have a homeless problem, and now you're gonna have more people from Section 8 that can't afford it. The vouchers are increasing. More working class people, middle class people. Oh my gosh. We're going to be facing survival of the fittest. And I'm out.